watching GVTV News.
Thanks, Amy, and I'm Randy Hansen. In today's World News headlines, Senate probe links HSBC to money laundering. And former exec says ex-Barclays CEO ordered rate fixing. An Obama-Romney plan would ship U.S. jobs overseas. And Iran nuclear proposals are non-starters, Clinton says, and thousands protest NATO in Pakistan. The U.S. Navy kills Indian fishermen in Dubai, and Maldives to prosecute ex-President Nasheed. And up to 170,000 march in Japan's largest anti-nuclear rally since Fukushima. And relative claims molestation by Zimmerman over a 10-year period. And Ohio demonstrators blockade fracking site. And a report links Adelson to bribery and organized crime. GVTV News is broadcast on Grass Valley Television, the division of Rural Counties Television Network, whose focus is on community involvement, and we also air on NCTV. But before these stories, GVTV News would like to thank one of our underwriters who supports your only visual video news media in Nevada County. That's right, it's us, GVTV News. In today's first world news story, a Senate report has found lax controls and inadequate oversight allowed Mexican drug cartels and firms linked to terrorism obtain financial services from the banking giant HSBC. The report found loose protections at HSBC. U.S. units provided a gateway to terrorists to gain access to U.S. funding. The HSBC is also accused of shipping billions in cash from Mexico to the U.S. despite warnings the money was coming from drug cartels. A report frames rampant violations at HSBC as part of a larger problem of illegal money entering the United States through international financial firms. In addition to HSBC's, legislators have faulted the top U.S. bank regulators to fail to improperly monitor the bank. And Senator Levin said that this is help fuel the financial wrongdoing. The reports in the HSB comes amid widespread scandals in the global financial sectors, including news that British bank Barclays manipulated a key global interest rate. Former Barclays executive who left his job over the bank's interest rate fixed scandal has testified he directly ordered to manipulate interest rates by former CEO Bob Diamond. Diamond resigned earlier this month, just days after Barclays was fined $453 million by the U.S. and British authorities for manipulating key interest rates. British probe found Barclays conspired to manipulate the London Interbank Offer Rate, or the LIBOR, which provides the basis for the rates of trillions of dollars in transactions across the globe. The manipulation meant millions of borrowers paid the wrong amount. Diamond was maintained he never ordered company officials to take part in the rate fixing, but appeared before British lawmakers on Monday. Former Barclays executive Jerry DeMessier contradicted Diamond's account. He said, "I relayed the contents of the conversation that I'd had with Mr. Diamond and fully expected that the Bank of England's views would be incorporated in LIBOR submission. Given that Barclays has high rates, I would have expected that taking that into account would have resulted in lower submissions." The LIBOR fixed rate scandal has spread to a number of other major banks, at least 2 criminal investigations underway in the United States. President Obama continues to push his campaign theme of linking Republican rival Mitt Romney to the outsourcing of U.S. jobs. Appearing Monday in Ohio, Obama seasoned a report said Romney's tax and regulatory proposals would send U.S. jobs overseas. And he said a new study out by nonpartisan economists that say Governor Romney's economic plan would, in fact, create 800,000 jobs. There's only one problem: the jobs wouldn't be in America. They would not be in America. They would be in other countries. Secretary of State Hillary Clinton still continues in her Middle East tour with a stop in Israel. Visiting after weeks of talks in Egypt, Clinton held talks Monday with Israeli and Palestinian leaders. At the news conference in Jerusalem, Clinton said Iran's latest proposal on its nuclear program are non-starters and stressed the United States and Israel share the same stance on confronting the Iranian government. And she also said, as to the diplomatic track, I made very, very clear that the proposal we have seen from Iran thus far within the P5+1 negotiations are non-starters. Despite 3 rounds of talk, it appears that Iran has yet to make a strategic decision to address the international community's concern and fulfill their obligations under the IAEA and the UN Security Council. It's absolutely fair to say we are now on the same page at this moment, trying to figure out a way to forward to have maximum impact on affecting decisions that Iran makes. Clinton was also asked about coming under protest in Egypt, where demonstrators pelted her motorcade with tomatoes. It was the second consecutive time Clinton had faced protests in Egypt, having been Obama's administration's most public backer of the Mubarak regime after the Egyptian revolution began. Clinton shrugged off the show of opposition and said, I was not offended. You know, I was relieved that nobody was hurt. I felt bad that good tomatoes were wasted. But other than that, it was not particularly bothersome. Thousands of people are continuing a march in Pakistan against the resumption of NATO supply convoys for neighboring Afghanistan. Convoys resumed after Obama administration apologized for an attack that killed 24 Pakistani troops in November. Led by Jamaat-e-Islami political party, the demonstrators reached the city of Peshawar on Monday, and organizers expected 50,000 people in the next phase of the march towards the Afghan border. Lead organizer Manawar Hassan said Pakistanis are upset with the Afghan war and with the ongoing U.S. drone strikes, and said people are protesting and agitating and voicing their views that NATO supplies should be stopped, drone attacks should be stopped, and if Americans are friendly towards Pakistan, they shouldn't behave that way. U.S. forces have killed an Indian fisherman and wounded 3 others in a shooting off the coast of Dubai. The U.S. Navy says it opened fire after the victim's fishing boat ignored orders to steer clear of a U.S. ship. The Indian government is calling on the United Arab Emirates to investigate. And prosecutors in the Indian Ocean state of Maldives have ordered, or Maldives, I'm not exactly sure, the country's ousted former president Mohammed Nasheed to stand trial. Nasheed is being charged with ordering the arrest of a judge appointed by Mamoun Abdul Gayoom, who ruled Maldives for 30 years before Nasheed came to trial. When he controlled it. Nasheed's backers say the latest charges are politically motivated, attempt to thwart his candidacy in new elections. Tens of thousands of people marched in Tokyo on Monday in Japan's largest protest against nuclear power since last year, Fukushima's disaster. Japan halted nuclear production earlier this year for the first time since 1970s, but recently resumed operations by bringing a shuttered plant back online. Organizers say up to 170,000 people took part on Monday's protest. A female relative has accused George Zimmerman, the killer of the unarmed black teenager, Trayvon Martin, of molesting her over a 10-year period. The unnamed woman says the abuse began when she was 6 years old and Zimmerman was 8, lasting until she was 16. The woman says she came forward to prosecutors earlier on their probe of Zimmerman to disclose her knowledge of his family bias towards African Americans. On newly released recordings, the woman said she was concerned Zimmerman had killed Martin because Martin was black. A witness said, I was afraid that Zimmerman may have done something because the kid was black, because growing up they've always made him and his family have always made statements that they don't like black people if they don't act like white people. They like black people if they act white, and other than that, they talk a lot of bad things about black people. In Ohio, a group of demonstrators blocked access Monday to a natural gas well in Trumbull County, used dumping of waste from drilling practices of hydraulic fracturing, called fracking. The protesters rallied to call for increased testing and monitoring of wastewater from fracking sites after spill in a residential area earlier this month. At least 3 people have been detained on Monday's protests. Casino magnate Sheldon Adelson, the biggest Republican donor in 2012 election, has come under new scrutiny and possible violations of federal anti-bribery law and ties to Chinese organized crime. Potential violations stem from Adelson's efforts to build casinos and other projects in Macau An investigation by University of California, ProPublica, and PBS Frontline found Adelson may have violated the Foreign Corrupt Practices Act when he instructed a top executive to give $700,000 to a Macau legislator who aided his company's efforts there. Officials are also probing possible ties between Adelson's company, Las Vegas Sands, and Chinese organized crime. Projects in Macau helped Adelson amass a personal fortune estimated at $25 billion. He's given tens of millions of dollars to Newt Gingrich, Mitt Romney, and other Republican causes, and has spoken on spending upwards of $100 million to defeat President Obama's re-election. And that's it for World News today. Now, another thanks to one of our underwriters who supports your only visual video news media in Nevada County. That's right, it's us.
Soundcheck Music Center, the rock and roll connection. We have guitars, amps, drum equipment, sound accessories, lessons, and repairs. We are located at 671 Maltman Drive, Grass Valley. 530-272-7236, open 7 days a week.
No one needs anyone, they don't even just pretend. Jonah's an American. I'm afraid of Americans. I'm afraid of the world. I'm afraid I can't help it. I'm afraid I can't. I'm afraid of Americans. I'm afraid of the world. I'm afraid I can't.
That's right, it's time for the police blotter and pictures in the blotter, not from these actual events, but used for visual aid only. These public records are obtained from daily logs issued from Nevada County Law Enforcement. Nevada County Sheriff's Office on Friday, 1:13 p.m., a report was taken from Ridge Road reported the theft of a bike. At 3:35 p.m., a report of a fire was taken from Hamilton Smartville Road. And at 4:33 p.m., a report was taken from 10,000 block of Bar Hill Road about an assault of a woman and her husband the night before. One of the victims was in a hospital with a broken ankle. Attacker also sent text messages to do harm to the victim. 7:42 p.m., a report was taken of a stolen handgun from 12,000 block of Foster Road. And 11:31 p.m., a report came in from 17,000 block of Penn Valley Drive that several people were involved in a fight. 911 operator could hear a struggle over the telephone, then the line was disconnected. A woman called back to say someone had thrown the telephone and several people were fighting. When they heard the police were coming, they all scattered. One person was injured, but no one wanted to press charges. 11:51 p.m., a report was taken 16,000 block Grizzly Hill Road of a man banging on his door. Then advised police that the police were called. He left. The caller reported he had a break-in several days before this incident. And Saturday, 2:36 a.m., a report was made at the 10,000 block of Broken Oak Court. It seemed there was a physical fight going on, and the dispatcher could hear a woman screaming for a child to call 911. Upon arrival, police arrested a Penn Valley woman for misdemeanor battery of a spouse. She was released on a $750 bail. 3:30 a.m., after a traffic stop, deputy in Grass Valley man stopped at Highway 20 and Highway 49 was arrested. The man was booked on suspicion of misdemeanor theft. Bail was set at $5,000. 4:10 a.m., a report was made at Highway 20. A man believed his ex-spouse had his brake lines cut while he was at her house in Grass Valley. While on his way on Highway 20 in Yuba County, a Toyota pickup got behind him and flashed its lights, pulled him over, and the man accosted him, took a backpack from his car. He believed his ex-spouse had something to do with it. 10:33 a.m., a report of house burglary and ransacked also was made at the 23,000 block of Lone Pine Drive. 12:42 p.m., after a traffic stop, sheriff deputies arrested a man and a woman on branding iron at Pleasant Valley Roads. The man was arrested for suspicion of driving and suspended license having drugs paraphernalia, and it was released on $1,100 bail. The woman was arrested on suspicion of resisting arrest and having drug paraphernalia. She was released on a $1,000 bail. And Sunday, 9:49 a.m., a report was taken of a combative man out of control at one point on the ground and standing in the middle of Highway 49. CHP was advised. Nevada City Police Department on Friday. 10:51 a.m., an officer assisted with an arrest at the County Probation Department on North Pine Street. And 12:42 p.m., an arrest was made at the Probation Department by police of a person for a local warrant. A person at the Probation Department helped with that. 4:26 p.m., a caller reported a fight on 500 block of Nimrod Street. And 10:19 p.m., a traffic accident was reported on Highway 20 at Highway 49. 11:43 p.m., a report was taken about a fight on 300 block of Broad Street by 2 people. And Saturday, 2:10 a.m., a report was taken the man was relieving himself in front of a business on 300 block of Broad Street. 3:37 p.m., a report was taken an accident between an ATV and a car on 19,000 block of Purdon Road. And 6:45 p.m., a woman reported her and her boyfriend had tried to get back a stolen car from 10,000 block of Valley Drive, but the boyfriend was beat up when he went in onto the property where the car was and sought assistance to get the car back. 8:05 p.m., law enforcement arrested a Roseville man on 300 block of Broad Street on suspicion of drunken and disorderly conduct. He was released on a $750 bail. And that's it for the Police Blotter today. Now another thanks to one of our underwriters who supports your only visual video news media in Nevada County. That's right, it's us, GVTV News. Christopher's Old World Deli and Catering Company has brought its delicious food and service downtown Grass Valley. Like desserts? They got 'em. You like international style lunches? They got 'em. Christopher's Deli and Catering for parties, get-togethers, weddings, or whatever. Open 7 days a week. In today's local news headlines, stabbing occurs inside Truckee Truckee's Safeway parking lot. Man arrested for alleged kidnapping and robbers fire still going on, day 7. In a story written by Truckee Police Department, July 15, 2012, on July 15th at about 5:30 p.m., 2 local Truckee men became involved in a physical altercation inside Safeway. 2 men are known to each other and have ongoing dispute. During the fight, Jason Allen Maglaya, I think it is, a 34-year-old male stabbed a 33-year-old victim twice. Maglaya fled the scene prior to the arrival of the Truckee police. The victim was transported by ambulance to an area hospital. His wounds did not appear life-threatening at the time. Truckee police remained on the scene investigating. Most of the Safeway store remains open for business. The suspect was known to the police and he was actively being sought. Anybody that had any information about this altercation, they can contact Detective Arn Lopez at 550-2323. During this investigation, officers received information that he was in the Glenshire subdivision near his residence, and officers were patrolling the area, responded and set up a perimeter, and then they used a thermal imager. Then they located him hiding under a front deck. Maglia was taken into custody without incident and booked into the Nevada County Sheriff's Office Truckee Jail for attempted murder and parole violation. In other local police logs, according to jail records, Roy Dale Gatlin was arrested last Sunday by Nevada County Sheriff's. The charges are alleged kidnapping, false imprisonment, and suspicion of battery with a spouse or former spouse. He was arrested at 13,000 block of Highway 174. In other local arrest news, Rachel Catherine Lovier, who lives in Grass Valley, was arrested for an alleged assault with her grandmother while trying to retrieve her child. According to dispatch reports, the grandmother took the child outside and tried to hide her. Bail was set at $25,000 for Lovier. On Friday, another incident was in the logs that William George Daly, 56, was cited for alleged shoplifting and then released, but then rearrested out for an outstanding warrant in Lancaster, California, down near Los Angeles. Bail was set at $35,000. And the newest update report from ubinet.com on the robbers fire. Cal Fire morning update, that was today. Current situation, firefighters made significant progress on southeast and northeast sides of the fire. Containment percentages have gone up and fire lines are holding. And evacuations remain in effect for homes off Yankee Gyms and southern part of Iowa Hill. Following roads were evacuated: Spring Garden, Yankee Gyms Lane, Small Hope Mine Lane, Owl Creek Road, Pine Mountain Road, and Meritage Oak Lane and Kings Hill Road. Brushy Lake Lane Road closures at Just Hit Road, Big Dipper Road, Gloria Mound Road, King Hill Road, Bushy well, another one, in Spring Garden Road and Log Cabin Lane, Pine Mountain Road, Small Hope Mountain Lane, and Owl Creek Road, and Shirttail Canyon Road, and some others. Evacuated roads remained closed. Cooperating agencies: Placer County Sheriff's, Placer County OES, Placer County Animal Control, California National Guard, CHP, Cal-EMA, BLM, CDCR, State Parks, and BOR. Additional information: the American Red Cross has established an evacuation shelter at Forest Hill High School. Animal shelter is located at Pleasant Street, entrance of the Gold Country Fairgrounds. Let's hope they get this done. Here's a sheriff's blotter. Welcome to Nevada County Sheriff's Office Most Wanted, updated July 5th, 2012. These people have warrants for their arrest. If you see any of these subjects on the street or have any information regarding their whereabouts, please contact the Sheriff's Department. Every effort is made to keep this information as current as possible. However, information provided should be verified before taking any action. Shown is the pictures of those most wanted. Please confirm warrant with the Nevada County Sheriff's Warrant Unit at 530-265-1474. Jason Angus McNutt, age 36, out of Truckee, violation, probation, felony, no bail. David Humberto Gonzalez, age 29, LKA, Grass Valley, lewd, lascivious acts, felony, 50,000. Sergio Espatilla, age 40, unknown location, for murder, felony, no bail. Charlene Jillian Hill, age 33, Nevada, drugs violation, probation, felony, 25,000. Cecilia Cunningham, aka Morgan or Gary, age 56, unknown, possibly LA, possible drugs for sale, conspired to commit a crime, resist arrest, felony, 30,000. Brendan Barker, age 31, unknown, numerous drug offenses, felony, 70,000. Justin Owen Byer, age 35, Grass Valley, numerous drug offenses, felony, 42,500. Mark Ray Johnson, age 45, Grass Valley, numerous drug offenses, felony, no bail. Michael Carl Peterson, age 28, Portland, in stolen vehicle, felony, 10,000. Elizabeth Ann Monk, age 44, Grass Valley, check passing insufficient funds, for felony, no bail. Robert Dean Hicks, age 60, Sacramento, grand theft, felony, bail, 50,000. And Tara Serene Davis, age 32, unknown, possession of controlled substance, under the influence, controlled substance, felony, 10,000. Do not attempt to apprehend these suspects. Instead, contact a local law enforcement agency or the Nevada County Sheriff's Office at 530-265-1474. This update was July 5th, 2012. These people have warrants for their arrest. If you see any of the subjects on the street or have any information regarding their whereabouts, please contact the Sheriff's Department. Every effort is made to keep this information as current as possible. However, the information provided should be verified before taking any action. Shown are the pictures of the most wanted. Please confirm warrant with the Nevada County Sheriff's Warrants Division at 265-1474. Next up, Preston Robert Ryan, age 21, Grass Valley, possession of controlled substance, felony, no bail. Gordon Morgan Hewson, age 55, Olympia Valley, fourth conviction in 10 years of driving under the influence, revoked license, 2 felonies, 115,000. And Michael Devin Johnson, age 35, Grass Valley, robbery, burglary, false imprisonment, receive and conceal stolen property, felony, no bail. And Richard Dean Jaffarian, age 21, Truckee, violation, probation, felony, no bail. That's it for local news today, or, well, whatever we have here. And we're thanking Amy Goodman, Reuters, Associated Press, Ubinet, and local law enforcement and others for the sourcing of our news, and you for watching. Due to a complaint from the local paper, we will no longer be using their reported stories, except we will be using some of those because we'll find out the same news and we'll use it. Remember, we're the only visual video news media in Nevada County, and we are free for you to watch 7 days a week, and we welcome that. If you have local stories and you would like to have them aired on our news, please email us and limit your stories to 750 words. If you have pictures, please include them in the email to grassvalleytelevision@gmail.com. Include some type of contact information for verification of facts. You can watch this broadcast, Comcast Cable, NCTV, Channel 11, Nevada County, 8 a.m., 3 p.m., 7:30 p.m., Monday through Friday, and 10:30 Saturday morning, 8 p.m. Sunday night, Suddenlink Channel 16 in Truckee and Alta Sierra. We also streamed on internet, NCTV's Digital Media Center website at NevadaCountyTV.org and our site, GVTV.org. And don't forget Grass Valley Television, plays 24/7 on the net, GrassValleyTelevision.com. We do a lot of other shows on there. You might find interesting. We post to Facebook, YouTube, Blip.tv, and many other podcast sites, and RSS feed and video podcasts and iTunes. Just search under video podcast for GVTV News. Grass Valley Television also videotapes local events around Nevada County. So if you have an event or you have some interest in having us look at it, just contact us. Grass Valley Television, gmail.com, 362-8889. This show produced by Grass Valley Television, Rural County's television network. If you're interested in underwriting, just give us a call. We hope you will keep tuned to our new season, as we're going to spice up the news in the future. You can email us with ideas and comments, and you can also like us on Facebook if you want. We're on there in several places. News Player can be on your site. You can embed it if you want. Fresh news daily, updated. And I don't know what else to talk about. Due to the lack of underwriters, we will be doing 3 shows a week. Playing Monday and Tuesday, and then another one Wednesday and Thursday, and then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday edition. We will expand it back out when we get more community support. And if you like comedy, you might like Political Smile, the Empower Network viral blog. This unique site has several portals like Facebook page, Facebook groups, 2 of them, and 2 blog sites. You can blog on there too if you want. GVTV News and Grass Valley Television and Rural County's television network are all on there. Best landing zone for the website is http://politicalsmile.wordpress.com. Plenty of laughs and information. And that's it for today. And we'll have a good weekend and talk to you next week.